L Ender's Cataclysm is a mod inspired by the game Minecraft Dungeons. This mod brings a plethora of new content to the game, including dangerous dungeons, formidable bosses, powerful armor, weapons, and much more. So, let's begin. The core of this mod revolves around the added structures and the boss fights within. We'll begin with the Amethyst Crab. This mob acts as somewhat of a tutorial boss to the mod, and it spawns in lush cave biomes. It has 200 HP and 10 armor points. It's neutral until it's attacked, and its attacks are quite basic, however it does occasionally burrow into the ground, becoming invincible for a moment. Upon defeating the crab, an amethyst crab shell and amethyst crab meat will be dropped. Amethyst crab meat can be made into a useful item against another boss later on. The first structure of the mod generates in all biomes in the Nether, and it is called the Forge of Souls. This structure contains the first boss, the netherite monstrosity. If you look carefully at the soul soil area where the netherite monster is sleeping, there is a button. Pressing this will open a door to a hidden secret room. The secret room contains nether gold ore, several gold encrusted blackstones, and a gold block. This first boss is inspired by the redstone monster in the game Minecraft Dungeons. It is a large golem made of netherite, lava, blackstone, basalt, and nether bricks. It has 500 HP, 10 armor, and 22 attack damage at base. It has two attacks in its pattern. The first is a slashing down with its arm, and the second is shooting lava bombs that sprinkle lava. It's recommended to have a full set of enchanted netherite and a shield for this boss fight. When its HP drops below 33%, it will enter phase 2. From this point on, fire damage is added to its basic attacks and the attack speed is increased. It will also begin a different set of attacks. The opening attack of phase 2 sees it wrap itself in flames and become invulnerable during casting. A takedown attack will see it raising both hands, then lowering them, and blocking with a shield will incapacitate the shield for a time. Lava eruption will see 4 lava bombs spray from its mouth. The closer you are to the point of impact, the greater the damage. The monstrosity will also place its arms on the ground and concentrate for a while to recover HP by absorbing lava around you. In order to prevent the netherite monster from recovering HP, you must quickly remove the lava created by the lava bomb. When being slain, the head shakes from side to side, it sits down, and the light from its body is turned off. When slain, it drops the Infernal Forge. This is a pickaxe that causes AoE damage when you right-click a block. If you craft a mechanical fusion anvil, which we'll get to later, you can upgrade the Infernal Forge with a void core to obtain a Void Forge. This is a pickaxe that summons void runes in a fan shape. It will also drop a monstrous horn, which can be used to craft a monster's helm, giving you some good perks when you wear it. The second dungeon that rarely spawns on the outer islands of the end is the ruined Citadel. This is a maze-like structure filled with shulkers, chests, and 3 ender golems. There are also trap blocks that attack you and slow you down. This square purple structure is infected with ender plethora, which are hostile insect-like creatures that can climb walls like spiders and attack via melee. They have 3 points of armor and 8 hearts, making them tougher than the usual ender mobs. When slain, they drop void jaws, which can craft void scatter arrows. These arrows do AoE splash damage when they hit. You can also find the ender golem. This is a mini-boss. This obsidian creature is very similar to Minecraft Dungeons' redstone golem, and you can find 3 of them in the structure. They have 150 HP, 12 armor points, and they do 3 attacks that deal between 10 and 16 damage. They have a ground slam attack that causes a wave of void roots to come out of the ground, a quick punch with either arm, and a ground slam attack to launch you into the air. They drop void runes on death, which can be used to upgrade weapons or summon void runes in a direct line in front of you. If you defeat the Ender Golem mini-boss and dig under it, the Void Altar will activate and summon the Ender Guardian. This is a powerful boss whose attack patterns are much more diverse than those of the Netherite monstrosity and whose defense is very high. It has 333 HP and 20 armor points. Its melee and burst attack deals 16 damage, its gravity attack deals 16 damage, and its uppercut deals 22.4 damage. The basic attacks are in the form of punches, and he occasionally stamps his feet to create a void crystal attack similar to that used by Ender Golems, as well as a skill that fires multiple shulker bullets in a row. When its HP drops below 50%, the helmet breaks, revealing the shulker head inside. This will enter it into phase 2. Its movement speed slightly increases, but its defense decreases slightly, and crystal attacks are used now continuously. In addition, if you are fighting in the boss room of the ruined fortress, the Guardian suddenly breaks the floor, revealing a larger but secondary arena with traps that suck players in. Notable abilities include the double smash, the void smash, consecutive stomping, teleport uppercut, chain attack, whirlpool of protection, rocket punch, and falling smash. Falling Smash is a special move used exclusively in Phase 2, and it involves teleporting to the top of the target and slamming down, creating a wide range of void ruins. Upon its defeat, it collapses forward and initially appears as if it might rise again, but eventually lowers its head, and the shulker head teleports elsewhere. Rewards for defeating it include the Guardian's Secret Advancement and the Guardian's Gauntlets, which when holding right click will draw in nearby mobs towards you. You can upgrade it with a Bulwark of the Flame to receive the Gauntlet of Bulwark, which lets you hold right click to charge forwards and release it to damage entities in front of you. The Ancient Factory is a rare underground dungeon found in the overworld. It's illuminated by frog lights and it features EMPs scattered around it. The Watcher is a mob that can be found in the structure with 25 HP and 5 attack damage. If an enemy is close, it will attack using its jaws, and if an enemy is far away, it will shoot a laser from its mouth. The structure also contains a mini-boss, which is the Prowler. This is a large robot with a saw-like weapon as one of its arms. It has 150 HP and deals 8.25 damage with its Meat Shredder attack, 16.5 damage with its Shredder, and also shoots a guided missile dealing 3 damage. It normally stays inactive to save energy, but lights up when the player comes near. The boss of this structure is the Harbinger. This is a variant of the Wither, resembling a mechanical entity with a formidable presence. It has 390 HP, 12 armor points, and its Wither Missile attack and Howitzer attack deal 8 damage, the Wither Smoke attack deals 3 damage, its Charge deals 10 to 15 damage, and its Death Laser deals 6 damage. Upon entry into the Ancient Factory, the Harbinger remains in a disabled state until it's activated. Activation occurs by inserting a Nether Star, triggering the Harbinger's initiation into combat. The Harbinger possesses high combat power and its combat style is distinct, incorporating modern ranged weaponry such as missiles, howitzers, and lasers. As its HP falls below half, it transitions into Phase 2, acquiring the Harbinger Shield. This phase enhances its attack speed and frequency while rendering it naturally immune to ranged attacks. The Harbinger is capable of changing its attack methods and battle formats, keeping players on their toes. It employs unique moves such as Rush, Wither Missile, Wither Howitzer, Laser Cannon, and Laser of Death, each posing distinct challenges during combat. A notable gimmick involves the use of EMP blocks strategically placed within the dungeon. Activating these blocks can temporarily stun the Harbinger, providing players with a brief respite in battle. Upon defeat, the Harbinger emits a damaging explosion. Upon slaying the boss, you will receive a witherite block, which will give you the witherite needed to craft the mechanical fusion anvil. Something you'll definitely want to do to power up your weapons. The Cursed Pyramid is a massive dungeon located in the desert, resembling the concept of a vanilla desert pyramid, but with a simpler and more standardized pyramid shape. At the entrance stands a colossal fossil, serving as an impressive entry point into the structure. The pyramid is inhabited by several cobolitons and harbors 3 types of sandstone traps. Its maze-like structure challenges explorers to navigate its intricate corridors with scattered pseudo-libraries constructed from carved bookcases. Suspicious sands found deeper within the pyramid offer the chance to obtain a valuable desert necklace upon investigation. The Ancient Remnant is the boss of this structure. It's a skeletal behemoth resembling a Spinosaurus. It lies at the heart of the pyramid's inner sanctum. It has 400 HP and 10 armor points. To engage the Ancient Remnant in combat, you must right-click on its remains with the Desert Necklace excavated from the pyramid's suspicious sands. The boss fight is designed to incorporate active jumping, with the boss utilizing seismic waves and other attacks to challenge players. The uneven terrain of the boss room adds to the battle's complexity, often trapping unwary challengers. The Ancient Remnant utilizes a variety of attacks, including stomps, a tail stomp, tail wagging, a bite, a rush, tombstone summoning, and the Origin of the Sandstorm special move. Notable moves include the Tombstone Summoning, which inflicts the Desert Curse status upon affecting targets, and the Origin of the Sandstorm, which creates sandstorms orbiting around the boss, also inflicting the Desert Curse. When the Ancient Remnant's HP falls below half, it enters Phase 2, gaining a healing factor that continuously regenerates its health while strengthening its basic attacks. Conquering the Ancient Remnant will grant you the Remnant Skull, which can be used to summon a modern Remnant. This is a pet version of the Ancient Remnant that can be tamed using a sniffer egg. The Sunken City is the next dungeon. It rarely spawns in the sea, taking the form of a massive temple. It is the largest dungeon in the mod. The first hostile mob you can find is the unassuming lionfish. They have 6 hearts and will bite at the player via melee. They can be encountered and attached via leash to a deepling angler. They drop themselves on death and can be eaten, but can inflict poison and nausea when consumed. The deepling is a bipedal monster with 30 HP. They can be found wielding coral spears and attack by throwing these spears at their targets. The deepling anglers have 30 HP and look very similar to the deeplings, but wield fishing rods. They can poison you when they hit you with their melee attack, and they can be found carrying a lionfish. The deepling priest is similar in appearance to the deepling, but with glowing runes, including an angler-like one above their heads, and they're shrouded with plant life. They have 23 HP and can inflict blindness on their target. The last deepling variant is the deepling brute. They have 65 HP, they are purple in appearance and wield the coral bardish. They fling themselves through the air or water and throw their weapon at you for strong damage. The last and deadliest mob, which is the mini-boss of this structure, is the Coralthus. These massive beasts can leap through the air, and then slam onto the ground with their fists. They're often found being ridden by deeplings. They drop crystallized coal fragments which can be used to craft an abyssal sacrifice. After navigating the city to find and defeat 4 Coralthus, players must make a sacrifice in the abyss and offer it to the altar of the deepest abyss to summon the Leviathan. The Leviathan has a bizarre appearance. It features a dragon's head attached to a fish's fin and 4 tentacles surrounding its head. However, the head scene is not real. When the mouth opens, the hair splits into 4 parts, revealing the real head inside. It has 400 HP, and bows are ineffective in underwater combat, making melee attacks preferable, with a trident being semi-essential. Coral Spear and Coral Bardish weapons with trident-like mechanisms are recommended and obtainable within the Sunken City. Players can become immune to the Leviathan status effects by consuming the Amethyst Blessing obtained from the Amethyst Crab. It can swing its tail around in a large circle for a large area of effect attack. It can open its mouth, let out a cry, and charge through blocks, destroying any in its path. It can fire a massive beam from its mouth like a laser, destroying blocks in its path, and it can even grab you in 2 of its tentacles, putting you in place and then flashing you in the face with its laser beam. It can power up, giving the player darkness and causing beams of purple light to strike down from above, inflicting abyssal burn on contact. This is a potion effect that will deal damage over time while it lasts. It can tear open a dimensional rift in the world, drawing you in along with any nearby blocks and dealing damage to you. It can scatter the battlefield with abyss lines that create massive explosions if disturbed. It can also use its 4 tentacles to pierce, stab, and barrage, and they can even stun you with these tentacles. It will summon a barrage of homing projectiles that fly around the water and explode on contact. It will enter a charge up state if you get it low enough, regenerating back to half its HP and attacking with more frequency. Defeating the Leviathan rewards players with a tidal claw, an abyssal egg, and possibly a Leviathan disc. The baby Leviathan is a pet with 100 HP and can be obtained by hatching the Abyss Egg. It can be tamed with tropical fish and it assists in battles. It will knock her up, but it will attack enemies by firing a death laser and by charging at them and biting them with a melee attack. The tidal claws are a powerful weapon. If you right click, you can use it as a grappling hook to move around easily. And if you left click, it gives you a tidal tentacle, targets enemies, and it attacks multiple foes at once. The Burning Arena is the final dungeon and it is found in the Nether, taking the form of a massive Colosseum. It rarely spawns in the Nether Wastes and it does not appear within a 30 chunk radius of the Soul Forge. Navigating through the arena involves ascending the floors, though players can also use blocks to reach the top floor. Encountering Ignis, the final boss, requires confronting the Ignite Revenant. These creatures have 80 health and 12 armor points. They have a melee attack where they will rush the player with their shield spinning rapidly, an Ashen Breath attack that inflicts blindness when it lands, and a Bone Storm attack where they'll scatter bones around themselves. They will block attacks with their shields, but these can be pierced or broken with a critical hit from an axe. They drop burning ashes, which can be used in the Altar of Fire to summon the Ignis. Ignis is the final boss of El Ender's Cataclysm, and it stands as the ultimate challenge within the Burning Arena. Its appearance is awe-inspiring, resembling a towering inferno incarnate. It has 450 HP, 10 armor points, and deals 14 damage. It also deals damage directly proportional to its enemy's max health. Ignis attacks with unyielding aggression, launching a relentless barrage of strikes without pause. Its attacks are swift and powerful, aimed at overwhelming the player's defenses. Ignis's battle has 3 distinct phases, each marked by a dramatic shift in its appearance and combat tactics. Upon landing successful attacks, Ignis absorbs health from its targets, replenishing its own vitality and prolonging the battle. This ability adds a layer of complexity, requiring players to balance offense with defense to prevent Ignis from gaining an advantage. Ignis's attacks inflict additional damage based on a percentage of the player's maximum health. This mechanic ensures that even well-armored players are not immune to Ignis's onslaught, making every encounter a test of skill and endurance. Its attack patterns include the following. Ignis wields its incinerator as a bell, delivering devastating blows to nearby foes. When the target is at a distance, Ignis performs a powerful uppercut, stunning and launching the player. Ignis unleashes a seismic shockwave, shaking blocks in a fan shape and disrupting the battlefield. Ignis executes a rapid slashing attack, slicing through the air with lethal precision. Ignis summons a pillar of fire, engulfing the area in flames and dealing massive damage over time. And defeating Ignis will drop Ignitium ingots, which can be used to craft the Incinerator, a sword with a powerful special charge attack, or the Ignition armor set. The Ignition chestplate can be combined with an Elytra and a mechanical fusion anvil for an Ignition aerial chestplate. The helmet grants you lava vision, so you can see through lava. The boots grant you lava walker, placing down molten netherrack wherever you walk over lava. And the leggings make it so that whatever hits you also gets set on fire in return. It also creates the Bulwark of the Flame, a shield that lets you charge forward if sneaking and knocks a target forward once you release it. It will stun any entity that it knocks into a wall and does bonus damage. This could also be upgraded into the Gauntlet of Bulwark, which lets you hold right click to push nearby enemies and inflict Blazing Brand. Then on release, it charges forward and damages entities in front of you. That will do it for El Ender's Cataclysm mod. It's an amazing boss battle mod, and I would argue that it's the best out there. Ideal for anyone looking for that extra challenge after completing the rest of vanilla Minecraft. The mod is available in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.